In the early morning light of Beijing, something monumental is stirring. Streets are closed, red banners wave, giant LED screens hum to life, soldiers stand in razor-straight formation. The air crackles not with tension, but with precision. Welcome to China's 2025 Military Parade, the most powerful visual display of national pride, military might, and political messaging the world has seen this year. But this isn't just a parade. It's a carefully choreographed broadcast of strategy, directed not just at Chinese citizens, but at rivals, allies, and undecided observers across the globe. From hypersonic missiles to political symbolism, from historical echoes to future ambitions. Today, we unpack the full story behind China's 2025 military parade. This is Politics Unpacked, where global moves meet sharp insight. Military parades are nothing new in China. Since Mao's era, they've served as tools of both domestic unity and international display. But in 2025, the stakes feel different. With the global order shifting, NATO tensions in Eastern Europe, BRICS expansion into Africa and South America, and the China-Russia alliance taking center stage, this parade isn't just ceremonial, it's strategic. The event marks the 100th anniversary of the People's Liberation Army, PLA Navy, and it's timed just after China's recent declaration of a new era of national rejuvenation. In other words, the message is clear. China is not only rising, it has arrived. President Xi Jinping called this year's event a warning to adversaries and a celebration of unity. But who exactly is the message for? And what message is it trying to send? The 2025 parade wasn't just military hardware rolling down Chang'an Avenue. It was a live broadcast of ideology, technological progress, and dominance. Dozens of DF-41 ICBMs, capable of hitting the U.S. in under 30 minutes, rolled past Tiananmen Square. Hypersonic glide vehicles, now rumored to bypass most existing missile defenses, made their debut. Amphibious assault vehicles and drone swarms hinted at Taiwan contingency planning. But it wasn't all about weapons. Precision-marching female brigades, robotic quadrupeds, and AI-controlled logistics carriers suggested a modernization far deeper than mere brute strength. International analysts were quick to point out the optics, including subtle digs at Western powers embedded in stage designs, commentary language, and even parade sequencing. The cameras knew exactly when to cut to Putin and Kim Jong-un, both present in Beijing, their faces stoic, applauding. In a parade steeped in symbolism, few images carried more weight than Putin, Xi, and Kim standing shoulder to shoulder. This was not just a military display. It was a political one. Putin's attendance, despite continued Western sanctions and the war in Ukraine, was a bold gesture. Kim Jong-un, fresh off a new missile test and a covert visit to Moscow, added another layer to the alliance. Was once considered unlikely, a de facto triangle of China, Russia, North Korea coordination now appeared to be solidifying into visible diplomacy. While no official speeches confirmed a new bloc, the optics said it all. The West calls it the new axis of authoritarians. China calls it multilateral strategic cooperation. The international audience saw power plays, but the domestic audience heard something else: rejuvenation. Xi's speech focused on phrases like great national rejuvenation, unity of the Chinese people, long-term peace through strength. For the millions of Chinese watching at home, the event was both pride-inducing and deeply personal, evoking memories of historical struggle, colonial humiliation, and the Communist Party's promise of national greatness. The presence of ethnic minority brigades, civil defense volunteers, and medical corps all played into this narrative. Notably, references to Taiwan and Hong Kong were subtle but present, visually implied rather than directly spoken. Reactions to the parade were swift. U.S. media focused on the hypersonic reveal and growing ties between Beijing and Moscow. European headlines emphasized the axis of authoritarians tone. India, notably quiet, held a surprise military drill in Ladakh 2 days later. ASEAN nations expressed concerns about regional stability and China's South China Sea posture. Military analysts pointed to hardware advancements, especially drone swarm synchronization, command and control systems on public display, and the coordination of space and cyber units. But the most important reaction might not come from governments. It's from the people. Social media across Asia lit up with a mix of awe, anxiety, and meme-worthy content from the parade. The global divide was visible, not just in weapons, but in narratives. Perhaps the most underreported battlefield of the parade, the digital space. Within hours, TikTok clips of the event reached millions, mostly from non-Chinese creators. These were not stiff state media uploads, but cinematic edits, ambient music overlays, and shock value clips. China, of course, pushed its own narrative via CGTN, Weibo, and international state media channels. Western influencers and think tanks fought back, dissecting symbolism, comparing it to past parades, and asking pointed questions. Is this the next Cold War, or is it something new? Telegram channels aligned with both pro-China and anti-China communities spiked in engagement. Discord servers filled with parade analysis, meme formats, and strategic breakdowns. In the digital era, even a parade becomes a front line. As the tanks roll away and Tiananmen clears, the question remains: what comes next? Was this simply a national celebration, or a geopolitical message painted in red, gold, and steel? The world is watching, some with admiration, others with caution. But if there's one thing this parade confirmed, it's that China is no longer asking to be heard. It's demanding attention, and it's not doing it alone. As alliances shift, deterrence strategies evolve, and soft power meets hard steel, events like this don't just display power, they shape it. Stay aware, stay curious. This is Politics Unpacked, where global moves meet sharp insight.